So I am in here and just doing some inking, more inking on this piece here. Um, Probably taking it to completion. I don't have much more to do. So let's see how far I can get tonight. And whoever wants to pop in and chat, by all means, come on in. Tonight I'll be traditionally inking. I'll be using my trusty Raphael 8404 inking brush with Rapidograph Ultra Draw Black India ink. So let's get started. Let's see what we can create here, right? So I think the last session I had done the outlines. I was gonna leave the faces to their own, but I think I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start inking this here and see what we come up with. Might need my glasses though. Alright, that's a little better. So as I had stated before, the paper that I'm inking on is actually a watercolor paper. And it is a Canson watercolor paper. And I like it. For some reason it works really good with ink, and it takes it really nicely. I apologize if the camera is a little shaky. I still have not gotten a new stand, and the one that I have is a little wobbly. I know that they make them with like a stiffer arm. Those work out a little bit better. They don't shake as much. You know, the table that I'm on, it is also a little in the position that I have it. It's a little wobbly as well. Oh, thanks, AJ. I appreciate you saying that. Are you subscribed to the channel? I've got a lot of videos on here of me drawing, both digitally and traditionally. So you never know how these type of videos are gonna do on YouTube. I guess this is designated as a video for entertainment purposes only, right? So I hope you're entertained. Stuff to I mean, I enjoy watching people draw and ink and that sort of thing. And I'm wondering how many other people enjoy that as well. It's got to be more than just me, obviously, or else there wouldn't be these type of videos out on the interwebs, as they say. Oh, thanks a lot, Shadow. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm trying to just have a nice soft touch with this and not be too overbearing. This particular dog, it's a black and white Great Dane, and it's got a lot of character, and it's a short hair, obviously, like most Great Danes obviously are short hair. But yeah, trying to maintain that touch. So here I'm just blocking out the area here, and then when I ink, I tend to drag into the large black areas, as opposed to pulling. I'm more of a push. I push the ink into the dark areas here, and then try to blend it in. Some people ink this way, right? And I ink that too. Hey, what's up, Chuck Lee? I will ink that way on certain things, but most of the time when I'm inking, I am dragging into the art. There's another one here. So we're gonna drag. So I try to start as thinly as possible with my line, and then thicken it as I get closer to the base, and then fill all that in. So I've got this YouTube channel here, and then I also have my my Instagram channel, which is the Art of Cesar Feliciano on Instagram, and I've been posting a series of drawings up there that are based on the characters from the Ghost Machine Comics line. And I'm doing it for me because I enjoy drawing, and I actually enjoy those comics. And it's basically the only comics that I'm collecting now. But people seem to dig them. Ghost Machine has a lot of fans, it's a growing fan base, and they have great books. So if you haven't seen those, go check out my Instagram and see those. I've drawn Geiger and from Ghost Machine Comics. I've also drawn Redcoat. I've drawn the character Junkyard Joe. And I've drawn Rook. That was my latest drawing. And I did that one yesterday. People like that one. And I liked working on it. So I'm gonna, with this line here, let's see if I can get a little fancy. Go here and trying to follow the contour of the ear. And see if I can make something interesting happen. Alright, so then just here on this part, as I'm getting closer to this edge here, I'll space them closer together. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Well, the dogs are cute, so, and I like dogs. I've had a couple, and enjoyed them both, and they passed away at a very old age. But I enjoyed each and every moment. And I haven't gotten another one yet. Maybe sometime in the near future. So this one here, see how it's shiny right here? It's reflected. I have to be careful not to ink in that area over there, because I don't want to accidentally put my hand on it and then pick up some of that ink and then put it in some other spot, which I have done many, many times, unfortunately. These, with this paper though, however, it does, one of the nice things about a watercolor paper, or even a Bristol board that is toothy. Toothy means that it has like a rough texture. It tends to absorb the ink or watercolor very, very, very quickly. So typically you don't have to wait too long. I know. Yeah, that's funny, right? Because, you know, they what is it? 7 years for every human year is how they age. So, you could have a dog, get it as a puppy, and already within 7 years it's in its 40s. And by the time it reaches year 10, veterinarians say it's about 70 human years. So there is that, right? And so you get a dog, and obviously humans tend to have a long life expectancy, and you could have a great friend with your dog, and it'll just die before you if you get it while you're young. And that's sad. But the one thing I hold on to is that I had great memories with Bailey. That was the name of my dog. He was a great dog. He loved to jump. And I trained him to jump very high. And people were impressed by how high he could jump. I would get up on ladders and have him jump up and get stuff, and climb up on trees. He was just a fun dog. Then there was Nina. Nina was a nice dog. She was more my daughter's dog, though. Very cute. Very full of energy. Very independent. She was funny that way. Bailey was a German Shepherd and Golden Retriever blend. And I remember when I first saw him, my wife actually brought him to me while I was at a job, and she said, I got a surprise for you. And she comes up to me with this box, and in the box is this little puppy. Is Bailey. He was so cute. I instantly fell in love with Bailey. We did a lot of stuff together. He used to like to, hey, what's up, Tank? Bailey used to hang out in my studio, and I'm going crazy over here. And we would just hang out. He liked to hang out there. And when it was cold in the winter, or if there was thunderstorms or something like that, he used to come under my drafting table and just sit there right at my feet. Dogs really don't like thunder. I don't like it at all. Bailey would have tripped if he was down here in Florida, because he wasn't a fan of the lightning and all that, but holy smokes. Lightning is on a different level in Florida. I ain't gonna lie. I did not realize that it was the way that it was until I got here and saw it for myself. It's wild. Wonder what it is. Bet you it has something to do with their hearing, right? Let's just conjecture for a minute here. I would assume, since dogs had such good hearing, that rumbling of thunder, and they can probably hear it way before we do, and it freaks them out, right? That probably plays a big part in it. Let's go back down in here, grab some more ink. I know that for inking, I've used these myself. A lot of people like the brush pens, and I think I believe it was the last live that I did. I talked about how there are advantages to using a brush pen that has like an ink cartridge built in. You don't have to dip it as often, and that's nice, right? But the only thing is, the hairs are synthetic. They're not natural, and so because of that, I think perhaps you get a nicer line with the natural hairs on a standard brush like the Raphael. Now, obviously, could be wrong. There may be some brushes out there that have some brush pens rather that have non-synthetic hair, and that it works fine. But I've never seen it. If any of you have, let me know. I'd be interested in checking them out. So trying to so I'm trying to keep a more free and expressive line for this part down here. A little more sketchy and not as refined, because this is obviously a lot closer to you, so you're gonna be able to see more of the texture, whereas down here further away from you, all right, since we're looking down, dog's looking up at us, you don't need to be so careful, but and so detailed, but you want to get information in there. And the nice thing about using a brush is that you can kind of just throw some strokes down. You can get that feel, that vibe very easily, that sketchy vibe, without even trying very hard. I turn my paper a lot, and I said it last video, but I'll say it again. I do that because I need to, because of the way that I'm throwing down the lines. I feel like I have to have them more easily to do if I turn the paper. I don't want to have to be doing some weird angle like this when I could just turn the paper and just do my lines that way. Yes, Tank, 100% agree. And so my advice is, if you're inking, whether you're using a mechanical pen, like a micron, or if you're using a brush, is turn your paper to the angle that is gonna work best for you. Don't try to bend your hand in some wild way that is not gonna allow you to put down the line that you want. Yep. I do both, and I think I talked about this earlier. I tend to be a pusher. See, as you can see here, I'm a pusher. But I do throw my lines out every now and again. But I mostly push my line. Oh, sweet. Okay. Who is Rex Christian? I'm sorry that I'm not familiar with that name. I will definitely check him out. Rex Christian. I said I'm not too familiar with who that is. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. Are these part of his comic series, or is this something someone picked up from him and they just want you to ink it? Oh, nice. Congratulations. Gotta get this reflection in this eyeball here. That's always tough, right? It's not easy doing that with ink. Ink is so just total, I guess. You know, you put your ink down and it is finite. And so, you know, we play with things such as the hatching and that sort of thing, and the feathering. Oh, sweet. Yeah, man. I appreciate you let me know on that, or letting him know on that. Appreciate that. So just get back to what I was saying. We use the black ink and the spaces in between the lines to create that gray tone effect. I mean, obviously you can create it with do you remember the little comics? Yeah, actually I do remember those. Those things are worth a fortune if you happen to have those intact. But yeah, I remember those. Oh wow, look at that. That's great. So cool. Man, I tell you, I was so freaked out about doing that eye. Wasn't sure how it was gonna come out, but I guess it worked out. Yeah, man, that's great. Looks like you guys got something really cool happening over there. Happy to see it. And I can tell you're excited yourself to be working with them, which is always a good thing. Dude, I believe it. 100%. I'm sure they came out mad boss. Oh, thanks. Whew. That's a lot of scratch, my friend. $40K is no joke. Dude, 100%. 10,000%. That's a good philosophy. Taking fun seriously. You may have just coined a new phrase. Taking fun seriously. That's got to be a catch line. You guys got to put that on your boxes somewhere before someone takes it. Alright, let's try to attack this other eye here. Let's start on this side though. That side over there looks a little wet still. For Omniverse Incursion, we have 6 creators with 5 characters each for a tradable miniature game. That's cool. 6 creatures, 5 characters. Creators with 5 characters each. Oh, okay, so that's 30. That's a lot. I don't know how many people are tabletop gamers that will see this video, but definitely check out what Tank's company is putting out there. Omniverse Incursion. Y'all got to check that out. It's going to be hot stuff. And you don't want to miss it. Fun, easier, and $10. Wow. That's a good deal. I ain't gonna lie. Everything is so expensive these days. And for $10, you telling me that for $10 I can get entertained for hours on end? That sounds like a decent trade-off. I mean, I'm just saying. And it's fun. And it's easy to learn. That's like straight up Robin from Omniverse. If they can offer all that for just $10. So here I am once again. I'm going to pull in here. So right there, I created brush strokes this way, and right in this area here is where your, I don't know how to say it. What am I trying to say? Your point of contact is here. It's feathering out, so this would be like your darkest area there, getting lighter as it goes away from you. Okay, World War Hell is 3D printing friendly as well. Okay, meaning one doesn't have to buy our figures. They can just buy the models and print as much as they like. Nice. And thank you very much, Tank. Appreciate you liking that feathering. I had a friend of mine and our artist mentor, Steve Warren, who taught me how to use a brush. He was very highly skilled, and he did amazing good girl art back in the 80s and 90s. That's what he was known for. And he did a lot of black and white illustrations, and they came out great. And I always loved the way that they looked. So when I got an opportunity to work with him in his studio, I wanted to make sure that I learned his technique so that I could also employ that same technique, because he was, like I said, such a deft inker, and his line work was just gorgeous. So I think tonight, I think I'm just gonna get a puppy up front done. And then hopefully tomorrow, finish up my guy back here and the tile on the floor. Then this commission will be done, and then that'll get packaged and shipped to its new owner in Puerto Rico. Thank you so much, Tank. Bro, Tank, thanks for popping in. I'm just about done myself. I want to thank everyone that came in on the feed and gave me a shout out and commented and just maybe just watched and listened. Very thankful for each and every one of you. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks again. And if you're not a member of the channel, or a subscriber, I should say, by all means, please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification. You can also find me on the Art of Cesar Feliciano on Instagram, and El Guapo Comics on TikTok. So, without further ado, thanks again, and everyone have a wonderful night. Talk to you soon.